Hey everybody, this lesson in this lecture, we're going to look at prepositions. This is going to be a shorter lecture. You see that the page of notes up there is very short. This is just kind of help you visualize some things, and I may add some things as we go along. Prepositions help connect words in a sentence to show relationships like location, time, or direction. You probably already recognize some small one-word prepositions like at, by, for, in, of, on, to, and with. In your chapter, in your module, there's sort of a list. Really, about the best thing to do with prepositions is just kind of memorize them so that you have them in your mind and recognize them when you see them. Prepositions help connect words in a sentence to show relationships, again, like location, time, or direction. So the first basic guideline of using prepositions is to understand the structure of a prepositional phrase, okay? We've talked a lot about prepositional phrases. A prepositional phrase always starts with a preposition and ends with its object. And these phrases generally follow one of two predictable structural patterns. The most basic one is you just have the preposition and the object, to town. That might be in a sentence like Leah went to town, right? Also, you can have preposition plus adjective plus object. To the store. Now, you may not understand that the is an adjective, but in this sentence, it is, because it is telling which store. I mean, that means something in your household. If you say she went to the store to get milk, you probably know which store that is because you probably have the store that you go to get milk, okay? So a sentence would be Leah went, just almost the same, to the store. It functions the same. You could also say went to the big store. That's just got two adjectives. It is still a prepositional phrase that is formulated in the same way, preposition plus adjective plus object, okay? Store is the object. Town is the object. The two things that a prepositional phrase must have is a preposition and an object of the preposition. Crucially, absolutely all words sitting between the preposition and its object are considered part of the same prepositional phrase. You don't leave them out. I could go on and on to the big, grand, new, red store. That's a strange sentence, but all of that, you're not done with your prepositional phrase until you get all the way to the object, no matter how many modifiers come in the middle, okay? The noun or pronoun that answers the question is officially your object in the end of your prepositional phrase. So now we're going to look at some of this with a sample sentence. We see this sentence, Sally went to the movies in her new car. First, we locate a preposition. So we see we have in. We have in right here. Went to the movies in. In what? The answer is she went in her car. She didn't go in her. She didn't go in new. She went in her car, right? That is what she went in. So that is the object right there, okay? The entire phrase, the entire prepositional phrase is in her new car. All of that goes together to become the prepositional phrase. Not just the preposition and the object, but everything in between as well, okay? Now, guideline 2 is that a prepositional phrase is modifier-based. And modifier-based, the thing about adjectives and adverbs is they enhance our sentences, but they are not necessary. You can take them out. You can say what we have in one of our adjectives, Matt bought an old book. You could take out old and just say Matt bought a book, and that is still a sentence. It's still a true sentence. It is still a complete thought, okay? Prepositional phrases are always modifiers. They can come out, okay? You could take that out completely and just say, Sally went to the movies, right? It's still a sentence. You don't have to know that she went in her new car. It's not necessary to complete the thought, okay? Now, guideline 3, we've talked about this. The object of a preposition will never serve as the subject of a sentence. Always jump over these phrases when you're trying to match your subjects and your verbs. We talked about that in some previous videos. The prepositional phrase, even if it appears in the subject half of the sentence, it is not the subject of the sentence. Never use it to match your verbs. Okay. Guideline 4, any pronoun functioning as the object of a preposition must be written in the objective case. Okay, your options here are me, us, you, him, her, it, them, and whom. In the business settings, avoid common oral errors. Never write between you and I. Okay, I know that sounds right to us, but it is between you and me. After a preposition, you always want to use the objective case, okay? Similarly, you must write to Sally and him, not Sally and he, okay? You always use the objective case when you're using pronouns as the object of a preposition. So that is something else to remember. Number 5 is do not end a sentence with a preposition. Sometimes modern conversational speech, the way we speak to one another is you will end a sentence with a preposition and no one's like, hey, that's wrong. But this is a business writing course and the professional standard is we stick to that traditional requirement. So you do not write, where did she go to? Now you may hear somebody say that, where'd she go to? And it doesn't even register that is incorrect, but it is incorrect. What you need to do is take out to. Where did she go? You do not end a sentence with a preposition and just leave it hanging there. It has no object and all of that, okay? So that is your 5th guideline. Now the module, again, gives more information in very specific information. It gives you a list of prepositions to study. I did not want to try to just read all that to you because it makes, again, for a very long and tedious video. But if you need more one-on-one help from me on this topic, please do not hesitate to reach out. Thanks, guys. I will see you in the next video.